Good morning, good morning, good morning. I like to start my video off by saying if you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe, put a like, leave a comment. If I had to ask you for any kind of finance, I'm not doing the work of God. I'm not doing the work of God. But if you do finance or send me something on my Cash App, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. But this is not about money. It's about opening up your third eye and understand truth. Okay. Ever since that young lady had suicide, I see a lot of YouTubers coming up with rooms with teaching people how to deal with depression. Okay, but people who go through depression, they is all different kind of depressions. Okay, number one is God put strength in you, and that strength means can you get out of your depression? You know, a lot of people are depressed because, oh, my husband don't show me love, my family don't show me love. That's not their job to do that. But it's your job to love yourself. That's your job. Only you know you. Only you know you. Only you understand why you depressed. Only you know that. But your job is to love you, to love who you are. Your job to understand your truth. Regardless who don't understand your truth, you understand your truth. So while you in the mix of your depression, look at it for what it is and find some goodness in the mix of that depression. You don't have to be unhappy. You don't have to. Because God gave you strength to make your own self happy. Even with marriages. You know, I used to hate when people, when the pastors say, "With death do you part." I don't believe in that. I believe in till one of us mess up, because I'm not going to be in an unhappy relationship. I'm not going to make myself depressed because I'm in a situation that in my heart I'm supposed to be in. Dealing with your depression means looking at it in the third eye. You know, sometimes I think our problem is we too afraid to step out of our comfort zone, our box. You know, if you're having depression with a husband or relationship, then step out of your comfort zone. Start going other places. Start seeing different things. Sometimes you even have to change your friends. You don't have to be depressed. And if you are depressed and you still depressed after this video because you choose to be depressed, look at the world for what it is. If I'm not happy in my relationship, if I'm keep on going to one bad relationship, another bad relationship, another bad relationship, I have to look in the mirror at myself and see what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I need to step out my comfort zone. Maybe I need to start seeing different people. Maybe I need to start going to different places. You don't have to be depressed. But depression been around for many, 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 many years. Everybody, I don't care if you're rich, poor, broke, you're going to go to some part of your life, you're going to go to the depression. That's why God gave you strength. And that strength, can you get yourself out of this situation and make yourself happy? And only why I could talk about this, because I was, like I said, I was depressed for 20 something years. I didn't know how I'm going to get out of it. I was blaming my family. Oh, my family don't love me. My nieces and nephew don't love me. My wife don't love me. Then I learned God told me you had to love yourself. God told me he was straight bold with me. Love yourself. Only you know your truth. You making that depressed worse by giving it energy. giving it energy, trying to understand why you're depressed. You're making it worse. And the first thing people want to do, go to the hospital, and then they give you a pill. They pacify your problem. Because after that pill wear off, guess what? You're back depressed. So you got to pop another pill. You're pacifying the problem. You know, I woke up and I always say, I love life. I love me. I'm married for the past 7 years, and my wife could tell you. She said, you love me? Oh, baby, I do love you, but I love me more. Because you can leave me. I'm stuck with me. And it might sound selfish, but it's really not selfish. It's not selfish when you tell somebody, yeah, I do love you. Yes, I do, but I love me more. It's simple. Love yourself a little bit more than you love your significant other. Because that person will leave you. Now you walking around with a broke heart. Now you depressed. But if you love yourself more, it will hurt you, but it won't put you in a deep depression because you love you. And let me tell you one more other thing. God would never let you walk a journey alone. And y'all probably don't understand what I'm talking about. God would never let you walk your journey alone. How many people got out of a bad relationship, and next thing you know, you're not in another relationship, but you got somebody to grab your hand and walk another part of your journey? It always happens. But nobody can grab your hand and walk part of that journey if you lock yourself up in the house, or you stuck inside that depression, or you refuse to change your situation. You're going to be stuck inside there. When you hurting, find something different you want to do. Maybe you want to walk through a park. Maybe you want to go to a different club with mixture of people and get a different energy. You don't have to be stuck in a depression. And for the YouTuber trying to tell people how to deal with it, and I'm looking at their page, you can't teach people how to deal with it. Because it look like you've never been depressed in your life. But it's okay. Like I said, I was depressed for 20 years. And I could keep it 100 with you. 100. I was suicidal. Never killed myself. My wife left me. And the reason why she left me, I'm going to keep it 100. I was a drug addict. First, I was a drug dealer, then I turned to be a drug addict. And when she left, I fell to the bottom. I could stay at the bottom and deal with my depression, or I could say, you know, God, the hell with this. I had to find something to make me happy. But as my walk of making myself happy, I was still blaming her why she left me. And I was walking through a neighborhood where we used to live at. This is a funny thing. And I'm talking to God. I'm saying, God, look, we had a beautiful house. And God was so cool. He said, yeah, you did. But how many times you stayed in that house? I could tell you how many times she cried because she wanted to make sure you were still living. I know how many times she cried because she was hoping, praying you come through that door. How many times you actually, that's what God told me. I'm going to tell you about my depression. How did, I couldn't blame her for what she did. Because God said, how many times you stayed in the house? How many times? I could tell you. Sometimes you didn't come home for 3 or 4 days and she didn't know where you at. So you can't blame her. Look at what you've done. Number one, I always told you to love you. You can't worry about her. You can't worry about her. You can't blame your depression on your mama, your wife, your sister. You blame your depression on you because I gave you the key. The key is love. Love ourself. Love you. Once you love you, you can learn how to forgive her. So I'm going to end this video off like this. Don't sit there in your depression. If you're depressed because you ain't getting the love you deserve, like I said before, it's nobody's job to love you, but it is your job to love yourself. If you feel like no, your friends ain't being friends no more, they ain't looking at you the same, meet new friends, get new friends. Go ahead and get new friends. Get out your environment. Get out your inner circle. And I guarantee you, once you start getting out your inner circle and start seeing different people, stop talking to the same one about depression when she depressed or he depressed. And start putting yourself out there. I guarantee you, life will be a lot better. Like I said, if you like my video, please subscribe to it. Put a like, put a comment. I won't ask you for finances. I won't ask you for money because I won't be doing the work of God. If you give it to me, it's a blessing. But if you don't, I'm still blessed. Y'all have an awesome day.